Game right now has turned out to be like it should have.
Yep, and we did see Colby Harris walk off on the court mostly under his own power. He has a slight limp, but it looks like he'll be okay, and we may see him back out there in a few minutes.
Yeah, what Basagale is upset about right now said B.J. Freeman, once that foul was committed by Neuse, that he kind of stepped over him a little bit.
And that's like one of the unwritten rules of basketball. You can't step over another player.
That's right. B.J. Freeman has 6 points on the night. Now remember, he comes in averaging 23 points a game. He makes the second one. So they're keeping B.J. Freeman in check right now. But the Comets do have a lead, 42-37, almost taken away by Elijah Shepard. And it's going to be out of bounds against him. So the Trojans have the basketball. Sam Webster is going to come in the ball game for number 3, Dylan Bates.
Yeah, get him some rest, and you might need him for later. He's been pretty good from beyond the arc.
So C.J. Ray will be the inbounder. He gets past the defender and Justin Bell and Mason Rush, and is going to be called Mason Rush for the foul.
And that'll be Rush's second.
So 17.7 seconds remaining. And they're going to get a towel on the court for a little bit being wet. Something must have dropped over there.
I mean, we're sweating over here, and we're sitting behind a desk calling a basketball game. So no telling how much those guys are sweating out there.
Yeah, there's some sweat and some spit and all that good stuff over there. So Mason Rush is going to come out of the ball game here for another, like you mentioned, a little breather. Parker Tate will come in the ball game.
Now, Rush hasn't. I believe that's the first time Rush has come out all night, so it'll be fun to see how Parker Tate runs this offense here.
Yeah, Parker Tate, he's a great defensive specialist for these guys. And, of course, he can also shoot a three, which is what you want.
Of course. We'll see, obviously, bringing in Rush, who's been running the team all night. We'll see how good of a point guard he is, especially in a key situation like this. But, with 17.7 seconds left in the quarter, may only be a short-term thing. Rush might just come back out once the fourth quarter starts.
Absolutely. 17.7 seconds remaining. 42-37 here in the third quarter. McLean will be the inbounder. Awaits him is Sam Wester, number 1. Elijah Shepard picks him up. He gives it over to number 32 in Jonathan Watts. Inside to C.J. Ray, who has not come out of this ball game all game. Webster has it, gets it outside he keeps the
running
basketball.
Out of time.
C.J. 1 second remaining. And it's off the backboard. That's the third consecutive expiring clock that C.J. Ray has put up, and he's missed all 3.
Maybe they're just warming up for later.
There you go.
I mean, you're going to miss buzzer beaters in the end of 3 quarters. Who knows? Might try it in the fourth, but you might make one.
That's right. So Kobe Norris is going to be checking in going into the fourth quarter like you pictured, Brandon. Before we go on the break, I'm telling you, what a great game so far. C.J. Ray, like you mentioned, has been really, really good on both ends of the court, not only for offense but the defense, but his rebounding skill is probably more superior than his actually shooting, and he's a great shooter as well.
And everyone talks about, scoring points is the most important part of playing basketball. Well, that's partially true, but you got to rebound as well. You got to be inside, creating scoring opportunities for your team, whether you're on offense or defense. If you're not out there rebounding, or if you're struggling to rebounding, you're not going to win games. And Ray fits that role perfectly. And he's been a difference maker despite the fact the Trojans are down 5 points as we head into the final 8 minutes here.
And 42-37. Let's take a quick 15-second timeout. You're tuned in to local basketball right here on the Community Radio Network.
Unforgettables. Nice. This show sponsored by Unforgettables. Unforgettables creates detailed hand-painted baseballs for every baseball fan. Check them out at unforgettables.com.
Now back to live coverage on the CRN Sports Network.
And welcome back to local basketball right here on the Community Radio Network. Shaq Howard will be the inbounder right at half court. Awaits him is B.J. Freeman. He goes up against Norris, puts it up, and he blocks it.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
No backboard either. That's clean.
Oh, my goodness.
That is clean all day.
7:49 remaining in the ball game. C.J. Ray has the basketball. He's going to give it over to Kobe Norris. Almost travels. Gets it outside of Sam Wester. They're going to play right to left. Back over to the right-hand side of McLean. He goes up against 2 defenders, and he's going to be fouled. And they're calling him Is that Justin Bell? It is.
That's 4 on Bell. with 7:37 left, do you take him out of the game and give him a breather, or you leave him out here?
Well, I don't even know. All depends on if Mason rushes out there, Shepard, Shaq Howard, B.J. Freeman, and it looks like they're going to keep him in.
Well, Bell's been a big contributor for him. 7.1 points. 4.8 points per game. 2.4 rebounds per game, too, and he's a good assist guy as well. So not having out on there would be a big loss down the stretch here.
McLean will get 2 shots here. He puts the first one up, and it goes in.
Nothing but net.
McLean with 5 points. Makes it a 42-38 game. He puts the second one up, and that goes in. So B.J. Freeman will be the inbounder, gives it over to Mason Rush. He brings it up to the left-hand side. 42-39 is your score. Outside to B.J. Freeman. He wants to shoot a 3. Almost a foul. Almost goes in. They're going to call it on Kobe Norris, though. That's going to be his third.
Man, you cannot do that this late in the game. You got to be smarter than that.
Freeman puts it up for the second one, or the first one, and it goes in.
We got 2 more to go, too. If he makes both of these, that is a bad mistake by Colby Harris there.
That one goes in. One more. So Justin Bell is coming out, and then Javante Long is coming back in the ball game. He puts the third one up, and he makes all 3.
Perfect.
45-39 is your score. 7:28 remaining in this ball game. I think they're going to call a foul on Javante Long.
Like he may have tried to reach in a little bit.
There's going to be a point where you have to just let the kids play.
And if that's on Long, that's his 4th. So that's 2 Comets in foul trouble here in the final 8 minutes of play.
And he comes out of the ball game. And it got just a cheap foul. Those kind of fouls you cannot afford with a game on the line like this.
I mean, what's the thinking in a situation like that? I mean, there's 7:24 left. You're up by 6. There's no point in doing that.
Cooper Norris gets the inbound pass, gets it over to C.J. Ray, puts it up for the 2, and it's good.
Like he was showing off a little bit there.
Yeah. Mason Rush quickly gives it over to Elijah Shepard. 7:09 remaining. 4-point game. Goes up, nice spin move. Gets it outside to Shepard. Over to Ross, then over to B.J. Freeman. Picked up by Kobe Norris. He gets past him. He puts it up, and it's good. Oh, my goodness,
what a brilliant move by B.J. Freeman. Timeout on the court.
So with a timeout on the court, B.J. Freeman is fired up. 6:51 remaining in this ballgame. The Comets have a 47-41 lead. You're tuned into local basketball right here on the Community Radio Network.
Sportsmanship. It means a lot of things.
It means showing respect for the opposing team
And being a good host for our visitors.
It's about modeling good behavior and not getting caught up in the emotion of the moment.
It's about winning with humility.
Losing with dignity.
It is about making my high school games.
It's a good memory that I can enjoy for years to come.
Mr. Official.
Mom.
Dad, son,
Daughter.
Coach.
Are we in this together?
sportsmanship.
Together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Now back to live coverage on the CRN Sports Network.
6:51 remaining. 47-41 is your score in favor of your Clayton Comets. So Thomas Dees with the inbounder. He gives it over to Sam Webster. He slowly walks it past half court. Gives it over to C.J. Ray on the right-hand side. He's going to foul Thomas Dees. It's going to be partially tipped. And B.J. Freeman with the defensive rebound. He goes up by himself, spin move, gets it outside to Ross, over to Elijah Shepard, then over to Mason Rush.
Freeman wanted the ball there. He didn't get it.
Stops his feet, gets it outside to Shepard, and it's going to be a reach-in foul by McLean.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't understand the thinking there. I mean, you're not really you're not blocking the shot. You're not trying to get a steal. You're just reaching in for some reason. And that's going to cost them here because now they're in the double bonus.
So McLean has 2 fouls now. 6:25 remaining, 47-41. Shepard puts it up, and it's good. So it looks like Dylan Bates is going to come back in the ball game. Out comes Sam Wester.
See if they can get him open for some three-pointers.
48-41 is your score. 6:25 remaining. Second one up, and it's good. That's what Shepard is all about right there. The hustle plays rewarded with 2 shots. 49-41, 6:20 remaining in the ball game. C.J. Ray gets it over to Bates. He picked up by Mason Rush. Bounce pass over to C.J. Ray. Stops his feet. Back over to Bates. Back over to C.J. He wants the three. It's going to be off the guard. And McLean is right there. Gets offensive rebound. But he's going to be fouled. McLean.
They're going to give that foul to Freeman, and that's his third. He's done a good job of staying out of foul trouble here for the majority of the second half, so that one foul is not going to be too big of an issue. Not yet, anyway.
He puts the first one up, and it does not go in.
And he needed that there. You got to start making these at the end.
He puts the second one up, and it goes in.
And Massengill's going to spend a timeout here.
So 7 points for Jeremiah McLean. 6:07 remaining. Let's take a 30-second timeout with them. 49-42 is your score. You're tuned into local basketball right here on the Community Radio Network.
Unforgettables. Nice. This show sponsored by Unforgettables. Unforgettables creates detailed hand-painted baseballs for every baseball fan. Check them out at unforgettables.com.
This is CRN, the Community Radio Network, the voice of the community, the voice of anything sports, and proud to be the voice of the Comets. Follow us at crnsports.org. Now let's get back to the broadcast coverage on CRN. 6:07 remaining. 49-42 in a great matchup against the Clayton Comets as they take on the South Johnston Trojans here at the home of the Trojans. The Comets will come out of the break. Mason Rush will have it. 6:04 remaining now. Over to Ross. He says slows it down just a little bit. Mason Rush keeps it, goes up against Bates. Step move, spin move, and he's going to find Shaq. Puts it up. Oh my goodness,
what a beautiful feed. Man, beautiful play by Rush there, finding Howard underneath the basket. And the Comets are starting to take control of this game at just the right time here. 9-point advantage, 5:40 left.
51-42, 5:37. And Thomas D is kind of a floater. Somehow it goes in. And that's going to be his 8th point of the day. 44-51 game. Shaq Howard driving, puts it up, and he misses it.
That wasn't a smart play by Howard there. Nice catch, Trey.
Thank you, brother.
Ball was flying right at us, but Trey made it save.
I saved you. 5:21 remaining in the ball game. 51-44 is your score. Bates has it. He can get over to Thomas Dees. Back over to Dees. Back over to Bates. And he's going to find McLean over to C.J. Ray in the corner. He's picked up by Shaq. Over to Thomas Dees. Starts left, goes in the right-hand side. Bounce pass right in the free throw line. It's taken away by Mason Rush of the Comets. And he's going to be an offense. Oh, my goodness. They're going to call a foul on Bates. But knowing good and well, fortunately, I usually take the credit of Clayton. But Mason Rush was given a foul there.
He was.
Wow.
But that's 4 on Bates now. And that's a sharpshooter. But he's in danger of being removed from this game at a time when they need him the most.
Usually I like to say that was a makeup call, but that was just a missed call. Mason Rush had his full arm extended in that penalty there.
Yeah, that was a good stiff arm, though.
That's right. Mason Rush tips the front of the rim, and it bounces in. 11 points for Mason Rush, number 1. C.J. Ray, number 34, gets it outside to Bates. 4:51 remaining. It's still a 9-point game. C.J. Ray for the 3, no good. And McLean is right there. It's going to be fouled by Ross. Oh, my gosh, they're just...
That's only Ross's first, though.
So Ross is called for the foul. So 4:45 remaining. Jeremiah McLean will have an opportunity for 2 shots right here. No, a 1-1. I do apologize.
And he
Puts it up,
misses
and he
it.